Mr. Bloxham here, back with the puff pastry. We're making Mille Feuilles. I'm only going to use half of this today, so I'm going to cut this in half. That's going to go back in the fridge, this one here, for tomorrow. I'm going to make something else with that tomorrow. Not Eccles cakes, maybe parmesan I think we're going to make. Maybe we'll make something savoury with it. Anyway, pastry. Puff pastry, we're going to make Mille Feuilles. We're going to roll it out and cook it as a whole sheet and then cut it up. Hopefully I've got a nice serrated knife. My decent knives are at school, so I'll have to see what I've got so I can do this. So we're going to try and keep it rectangle or square, and we're going to do it in a more rectangle. So in a minute I'm going to try to make it straight. You can go like that. You see it makes it nice and straight, then we won't have to trim so much off before we cook it. We're going to cook it whole and then cut it into 3 strips. Going to be about 2 millimeters deep. If you've got something like 2 rolling pin guides, you could use them. If it's dipped in the middle here, if you go like this, it makes it nice and straight, as you can see here. Nearly thin enough. We're going to dock it as well. So I'm going to make it roughly the same so it fits on there. So, and then we're going to do 3 strips along here. This will do about, I'm going to make it a bit bigger. And see what we're doing here. A bit bigger, as big as I can get on here really. Like that. A little bit the other way. Still a bit thick, nearly there. This had 6 turns actually when I made this, and if you see my other video, I think it took just under 8 minutes to make the whole puff pastry from start to finish. So on here, that should just fit on the tray, and then I'm going to dock it once it's on there. So I'm going to make it nice and straight, or you can trim it first actually, is another thing to do, is trim it first. But as long as I go like this, as you can see, it's reasonably straight. Yeah, the other thing to do is you can do, if you want to, if yours isn't very straight, you can cut it, that one's very straight. You can sort of use a big knife, don't use a little knife for this, and run it along, it doesn't work very well. So as you can see here, and you can trim it sometimes when it's cooked as well. So once it's on the tray, I'm going to put it on the tray, I'm going to put the little bits on there so I can eat them. Let me see if that's going to, yes, that should fit on there. Now I've got a different sort of tray in here which might be better actually, because this one has got sort of raised sides on there, so I think that one's going to be slightly better actually. You might have to do smaller ones if you haven't got a decent tray. So this will fit on here okay, tiny bit bigger actually. Roll it round on here. Be careful because this is hot. Then, just going to straighten up a bit before we cook it. Then with a fork I'm going to dock it, unless you've got a proper thing that can do it a bit quicker. Then with a fork, I'm going to put this on here so I don't burn the side. And with a fork, I'm going to give it a good dock. I'm going to turn the oven up a little bit actually, so when you got it, oh, nowhere near hot enough. So I'm going to do about 190. I've got some meatballs in there. I'm going to put them on the bottom, put these on the top. This will rise through lamination. So put it all the way like that, and then put it in the oven. And I'm going to show you when it comes out the oven. Thank you. When we've made pastry cream, we only use the egg yolks. So out of the 2 egg whites, I made the Italian meringue. Now I put some of the Italian meringue in, some of this just for the taste test, but I'm more or less cooking this. One good thing about Italian meringue, this has been out the oven an hour so far and hasn't fallen down. So it's more stable, but you do need to heat the sugar up. We never make this at school, too much time, plus I'm a bit wary of the kids heating the sugar up. I sometimes let them do it, but not the whole class. This is going in the oven about 120. I put the timer on an hour, just probably turn the oven off and leave the oven, then we can make something with that tomorrow to save wasting. Now this is a lot harder than it looks this. We've got one piece, and it's over 30, it's 28 centimetres here and about 30 here, so we're going to do 9 centimetres. So I'm just going to put a mark at 9 centimetres here. 9 centimetres, I've got a clean ruler here. 9 centimetres exactly. Because I've made this before. 9 centimetres down here. I haven't got my glasses on, so I'm going to put the ruler there. Then I'm going to cut this. You have to be careful. You can either do a serrated knife. Later I might be doing it with a serrated knife. It will be very hard. Then, that's okay. We don't need the tape to measure because we can use this one here. So we're going to get this one here. This will make about 6 later. So serrated one's quicker. I might try with the serrated one, see if that's easier. That's going to help me for later. The only trouble is this serrated now is not as a real great one. So let's see if this is any better. Yeah, it might be better for cutting it later because this is quite hard to cut. Now you get the best one. So they're all okay actually, but we have it this way up. So we're going to have it the other way up. So this one here is going to be the top. So now we get the pastry cream. So we've got some pastry cream here, we've got some fresh cream here, and I'm going to mix them together. But you can just put just pastry cream in, or just, and the one with whipped cream in is called Diplomat pastry cream. So that goes in here. And oh, we did slip a little bit of this in just now, but obviously you best check with your parents if you're allowed to use that, obviously, because that's 40% volume. It's an orange liqueur, Grand Marnier, or you can use Cointreau, which is similar, but we don't need to do that because that's good for adults. So give this a bit of a whisk, not too much. This is probably a good consistency. Actually, that might be a bit too runny, but it's going to have to do. If it was in a tart, it can get away with being a bit thinner. I've got a piping bag out, which I pipe the meringues with. Oh, and I'll put it over here. Yeah, so I'm going to have to wash that one out. Roll the piping bag down, take the whisk out. I put some whipped cream in this to make it go further. The pupils at school aren't keen on whipped cream or pastry cream normally. This is a bit runny, by the way, it was thicker than this just now. I think I put too much cream in, so I'm going to have to be very careful when I start cutting this, I think. So this one's going to be the top, that one there, so we put a thin layer in here. Some people put on the top one, I haven't got any, is a little bit of apricot glaze that seems to hold it together. I haven't got any of those. You can just spread it around a bit. But when you push it down, it will spread out. So it's a little bit runny, this. But it's a bit late now where I've put the cream in. Maybe I shouldn't have put in such much a portion. One more layer of this in. Push it down a bit. Some more pastry cream. In here. Well, I would normally have a fluted nozzle, but I haven't got one here, so I've got it without a nozzle in. Push it all out here. When I push this one back on top, and I put this one on upside down, turn it up a bit around the outside, where it starts coming out. Now the fun bit, the icing. So I've made the icing. This is 2 to 3 tablespoons of water. Now I don't know if that's a little, and that's probably about the right thickness. I have to be a bit careful with this. So I might make that tiny bit runnier, because if that would normally be thick enough for everything else, but where it's quite delicate today, I think I'm going to put another, just half a teaspoon in. That makes all the difference, believe it or not. Yeah. Yeah. So on here, now sprinkle this on the top. Then I'm going to do some feathering. Normally I do that with a cocktail stick, but I haven't got a cocktail, can't find a cocktail stick at home. So I'm going to use a small sharp knife. Spread this around. Leave it for a bit because it's runny, so it just runs off. This might be a little bit, I don't like it too. So once that's all over, don't worry about if it drips off the side spoon, because when we cut it we'll scrape all that off, so we won't see all that anyway, so don't worry too much about that. Scrape it along here. And we do the feathering. So we're going to come all the way down here. About 5, we're going to get 5 lines, I think. 3. First one won't very straight. And you hardly need any chocolate for this, by the way. As you can see, I'm using chocolate. You can feather it with loads of different things. Feather it along here like so. I'm doing it at an angle. You don't have to do that. You can do anything you like. Thank you. And then I'm going to leave it for a little bit, then I'm going to cut it, then it sets it for a little bit. Thank you. Oh, I've cut them up and we just served them up there. They're pretty tricky to cut them up. I've cut them up with a serrated knife. Thank you for Mr. Bloxham, Mille Feuilles.